This service call is either a Monday morning or a Friday afternoon right here. We got a call that there was a kitchen sink stack leaking in the basement. There's 3 floors of kitchen sinks. This is the basement. The first floor is unoccupied, and then there's people who live in the second and third floor. Every time they ran the kitchen sinks, it ended up on the basement. That's why they called us. Now, I showed up to this job, cocky as all, and I said to Nemo, I'm going to cut this sucker out, and you're going to replace the PVC. I thought we were going to be able to just take out the section of pipe that was cracked, but in the meantime, the TY on the first floor and the 8th bends have cracks in them as well. So we got to keep going until we find something good. What I cut off there was about 6 inches above the double 8th bends, only to find out it looked pretty good. That looks all right. We're going to tie in on that, Nemo, and you're going to do the work. I'm just going to watch and drink this coffee. Cocky. Never be it. Plumbing always suspects you being cocky and will ruin your life, or at least your day, never your life. Nemo's going to town on the 3-inch over there, glue and primer. Now, I cut the stack out because I've done it 1,000 times and I understand the process. He hasn't seen the process yet, and in order for you to start something, you need to watch it first. So he watched me take it out, and now he's going to put it in because I've seen him put PVC in. So why not? New construction's pretty easy. Let's get you inside of old construction. We got a no-hub clamp in the basement, so we worked the bottom down. Now we can just cut the piece a little short, slide it in, and the rubber makes up the difference. Ask your sister. We always try to use no-hub by PVC adapters when making that final connection. Cockiness. I think I brought it up in the beginning. I walked into this one being cocky. So now, teaching Nemo how to use a no-hub clamp correctly. He did ask about the ones that just have the 2 hose clamps around it. We call that a Fernco. No handy Andy around here. You got to get the no-hub clamp with the aluminum jacket. It's still hose clamps, but at least there's 4 of them and it looks professional. Unlike Mo's haircut, we're going to have to get him a new one. I'm going to start running this ship like a Marine Corps, high and tight. Right now I'm teaching him. I always start with, so what I do is I get them all connected and then I start in the middle 2. I tighten down the middle 2, then I tighten down the top and the bottom. Then I go back to the middle 2 and I finish them off and then back to the top and the bottom. I also told them that you should be using a torque tool, which they make, and I just don't have it because I always leave it in the sealants. Now, here's the cockiness where it ends. We're running the sinks. I know I should be flooding them. Everything looks good. On the first floor, let's go down to the basement. On our way down to the basement, everything looks good down there. So now I think we're out of there 2 hours later. Only to find out when I go back upstairs, Moses found the leak. So, Mo's taking the no-hub clamp off on the first floor, and we're going to chase this thing up into the second floor. Now, like I said, only problem is somebody lives in the second floor. So we tried to make the cut still in the first floor apartment, and there you go. She's cracked up into the second floor. Your worst nightmare. Let's go take a look. So it's inside a brand new tile wall and a kitchen cabinet. So I cut a gigantic hole in the side of the kitchen cabinet only to find foam. Lots of foam. I hate foam. Foam's the worst. It's a great insulator, but it's a terrible way. You got to just peel it all off the plumbing. It's horrendous. It's terrible. But anyways, these are extra heavy fittings. And the bottom of the extra heavy fitting, once you get the hub off, has a large, it's uncircumcised. How's that? So you got to cut the foreskin off in order to get a no-hub clamp on. And there we go. I'm using a no-hub by PVC adapter on this. We did have to go back to the supply house, obviously, because I wasn't prepared to come upstairs. I know some of you are going to say you should have cut that TY out, gave a new waste arm in the second floor kitchen sink. What's wrong with you? You're right there. We're on hour number 4 or 5 or whatever it was, and we were just expecting to change out 6 feet of pipe in the basement. So now we're up into the second floor. What we want to do is the service call. We want to find the part that's no longer leaking and connect to there. There's a possibility they could get another 50 years out of the rest of that plumbing on top of the new plumbing I just put in. They're definitely going to get 50 years out of the plumbing I just put in. That's for damn sure. See that haircut? Fresh to death. Now, that's about it for this service call. We're going to crawl ourselves out of this little hole and turn the sink on and check the rest of the suckers. Now we're going to be running the second floor kitchen sink. All new PVC through the first floor. And then, of course, somebody's going to say, you're going to leave that gigantic hole in the cabinetry? No, of course not. I'm gonna put the piece back up. Listen, I'm a gentleman unless it's sheetrock because I don't